I woke up today to hundreds of emails that all came from the same country. My friend, my girlfriend, and my other friend were also flooded with emails, Instagram messages, and even phone calls.
Any road accident anymore in our country.
What the hell is going on in that country? The country name doesn't matter. But in it, students are on the streets right now protesting. They want something as simple as their roads to be safer. Because there, too many people die in reckless accidents. You know, that's a very reasonable ask. But their protests were met with violence. 2 people died, hundreds were injured, and millions of students are now scared. That's why students instead turn to the internet in an amazing form of online grassroots activism to share their message directly with the rest of us and tell their government and police that the world is watching and that it has to stop. Today, we are all with Bangladesh. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
They died not because of someone, but because of the system. They were innocent, they were just waiting for a bus, and a completely reckless bus just came in and killed the both of them on the spot. They want vehicles without fitness and proper papers not to be allowed on the road. And they want people with expired or no license at all not to be allowed to drive. They want that underage people shouldn't be allowed to drive. And also corruption from the transportation management system should be eradicated. You actually get to a point where you can't tolerate anymore. And that's what happens here today.
বাস দিয়ে লাথি মেরে অনেক কিছু করে মেরেছে। আমি এটাতে কোনো কিছু মনে করছি না, মনে নিচ্ছি না, কিন্তু আমরা চাই নিরাপদ সড়ক। আমরা চাই যাতে সামনে আগামীতে আর কেউ যাতে হত্যা না হয়, বাসের আন্ডারে, গাড়ির আন্ডারে, এগুলোতে যেন হত্যা না হয়, এটাই আমরা চাই।
Protests over road safety in Bangladesh could be turning into a much bigger issue for the government. They've now shut down mobile internet services across large parts of the country as pictures of violence and rumours spread on social media. An 8th day of protests is now beginning. On Saturday, dozens were injured in the capital in clashes with the police. Police denied reports of rubber bullets being fired, but many students were taken to hospital. Demonstrations began after 2 students were killed by a speeding bus. The protesters have been blocking main roads and stopping drivers to check their licenses. Several police and government workers were caught without valid documents. Here's Tanvir Chowdhury reporting from Dhaka.
Well, the city is quite normal but very tense because of what happened yesterday. The teenage students were rather attacked by pro-government elements along with police in an area of Dhanmondi and Jigatala. According to media reports, at least 115 students were injured, some of them seriously. This is confirmed by some of the hospital sources. Now, a lot of the students were supposed to gather right behind me in Shahbag Square, which is an area where usually demonstrations are held. So far, I haven't seen any gathering. It is possible that the parents don't want them out because they're highly traumatized for what happened. Social media has been showing a lot of videos of students really bleeding, badly injured, and they were telling of horror stories. Local medias were restricted in covering some of the events. at least in video, a lot of the private TV stations couldn't show some of the events. The government has put a restriction on 3G and 4G coverage, so there is no mobilization by the students. We'll have to see within the next few hours if they're able to gather, although they have given an ultimatum to the government. If within the next 3 days they don't meet their demands, they'll come back in the streets again.
Okay, let's get you up to date with